Hello, my name is ralfidude and welcome to my channel. When you think of DCS, or Digital Combat Simulations, only a handful of aircraft really come into mind. Hands down, at the very top of the pedestal we have the DCS A-10C Warthog, and there are obviously other modules out there. Now these modules are all great and dandy, but what's missing, what we really yearned for, was a DCS level, high-fidelity, multi-role fighter jet. Saber aside. Now I believe that we have finally obtained just that with the MIG-21 Fishbed by Letherneck Simulations. So how's the training of the Fishbed in comparison to, let's say, the Warthog? With the manual sitting at 671 pages, you truly had a lot of studying to do. Now the Fishbed, on the other hand, sitting at only 181 pages in the manual, can be seen as a relatively straightforward and uncomplicated creature to tame. However, you'd be
wrong.
So let's hop into the cockpit for now. The cockpit is constructed very beautifully. Though I'm sure you are sick of hearing this by now, it really is something to boast about. You have to take into account that this is running on the current DCS engine, and not Edge, which will be released sometime soon that will give everything a very nice facelift. The pit is obviously drowned in the all-too-common Russian blue, which, as the story is told, is made such to reduce eye fatigue after long hours of flying. Immediately, the very first striking feature I fell in love with was the radar. As you can see, it is a very simple radar screen. But what hit me the most is that we finally get ground in cloud clutter. There are some settings to reduce this clutter, but it is a feature that is most welcome when comparing it to the radar screens we are used to in Flaming Cliffs. The second thing I noticed are the gauge lights. Take a look at how the gauge lights react as the cockpit shadows swarm over top of them. Isn't that just awesome? The flight model is nothing to laugh about. This is going to take some time to fully get accustomed to. Just taking off is something like out of a horror movie. It's truly horrifying. I mean, she feels like she's gonna break apart at any second. And once you're in the air, that fear does not subside. The Fishbed is not an aircraft that enjoys flying low, and as such, she keeps reminding you of that fact by continuously shaking with every little maneuver you make. Speaking of which, there is an option in the main menu to reduce the shaking effect. 100% is supposedly normal shaking level, so let's see what 200% looks like. Yeah, right. Nope. When flying, it is crucial not to exceed 28 degrees of AOA. Once you do, you enter a world of hurt. Even at such an AOA, the Fishbed really doesn't turn anywhere. But if all else fails, you can still pull off something like this. Now this may seem stupid, but I've found that it carries a practical application.
Oh god! Oh my god, I'm so glad I zoomed in on that. You are scraping the ground so bad. Nice shot.
Is the grass on fire?
Jesus.
The Fishbed does come with a decent assortment of weaponry, and although I won't show you all of them, I will give you a glimpse into some of my favorite ones. Up first would be the air-to-ground Grom missile.
Oh, that lock was terrible. Missed. Oh, nice.
Nice. That was direct.
It's pretty much just a point-and-shoot type of weapon. Next up would be the external gun pods.
Oh my god.
These obviously work best when you're not target fixated.
Is it really? Oh my god.
Yeah, I was too concerned. Okay.
I guess one of my favorites would be the nuclear delivery. With the current engine, the animation for this is pretty crappy, and the damage is very weak. But that's because otherwise it would be far too OP. But it's a nice way of getting rid of a lot of clustered units in one go.
I think this is good. Alright, bombs away. Leveling out.
What the fuck?
Oh my.
Say goodbye to everything that was housed at that airbase.
It's a massive crater.
That was the small one too.
Though by far my most favorite would be the SPRD-99.
Okay, hit it.
Hitting it.
Oh my god!
A solid rocket engine. Think Jado.
It works! It works!
It's supposed to be used for takeoff assistance, but I've modified its function just a tad bit. The air-to-air is a weird experience. Once you do find yourself in position to fire, you flip on the radar and then you try to lock the target. Fairly simple. Until the target disappears. So even though I'm positioned right behind the target, he is still invisible for me on radar. You obviously need to make sure that you're keeping your nose below the target at all times, as the MiG-21 can only see what's in front of it and above it. But even in this situation, it is still a pain to lock him up until just finally now I get a solid lock, fire, and just wait for impact. Splash. Well, that was a non-maneuvering target, so let's see how a maneuvering target will do. Huh. To be fairly honest, even I didn't expect that to hit. But just because you've got air-to-air missiles, don't even think about looking for trouble. Because as you're about to see, the MiG-21 does not handle dogfights very well.
Jesus! Your tail hit my canopy and killed my pilot.
Yes!
You could say that I'm used to the A10 cockpit sounds. The Fishbed, on the other hand, well, the in-cockpit warning sounds are few and far between, the loudest being that of the low-altitude warning. I usually turn this sucker off, though. As far as overstressing the aircraft, you only really get the two lights on either side of the HUD. But believe me, you'll feel it before you see it. So as far as aircraft issues go, you only get this one light to tell you that something might be amiss. And it might as well be labeled with the word problem.
It's on!
It's off!
It's on!
It's off!
It's on!
It's off!
It's on!
Off!
That's called blinking, boys.
But at least you do get this nice warning panel. In this case, my engines are out. Not that I see anything that tells me that... Well, that's what the RPM gauge is for, right? Well, since we're on that topic, let's see what the emergency procedures list has to say about an in-air engine fire. If fire starts in flight, proceed as follows. Shut off the engine, right, and immediately abandon the... Huh. Okay. So for something a little less useless, let me show you how to do an in-air engine restart.
I got no afterburner anymore.
Did you kill your engines?
Yep.
Okay, to your left, where the engine fire thing?
Yes.
Button above that. Hit that. Might have the altitude. Turn that up. Turn to military power. Point the nose down 45 degrees and hold the engine start. You might have enough altitude.
Whoop! She's starting back up.
Nice.
Woo!
Woohoo!
They say practice makes perfect, so let me shut the engine off one way that I know how, and try that again.
Crap! There they go engines again.
Okay, quick, do it. Oh god, you're good to low. Hurry up! Oh god! Nope. Oh my god, no way.
Boom! There he goes.
Oh, nice.
What a save!
And finally, for the last stage of flight for the Fishbed. Landing this aircraft is comparable to the P-51, with the absence of torque kicking your nose right every time you throttle up. Thus, in comparison, the Fishbed is easier to land, but only up to the point you go below glide slope, and you have to raise your nose up and completely lose all sight of the runway. And you won't bother going around because, let's face it, you're a fighter pilot and...
Ain't nobody got time for that!
So you basically pray for the best. That was a tad bit hard of a landing, but as my flight instructor told me once,
Oh, Navy. They like to bang them on.
when I first heard of the MiG-21, I honestly wasn't interested. I knew enough about it to know that it would suffer in the modern DCS arena. Although I found the dogfighting to be a painful experience, I have to say that after a few hours of flying this little machine, the Fishbed really grew on me. After all is said and done, this is a job well done, Letherneck. Well done.